Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your monthly update for the month of June 2025. For people new to the community, you can join my e-list to be kept in the loop. I usually send out the monthly missive during the first week of each month, but if and when things come up in between, you may get the occasional additional email to alert you to events or classes that are time sensitive. The month of June brings the challenges and blessings of rebirth, new territory, new desires, and new consciousness. We have to make some adjustments and get used to the new energies coming in at this time, which can be a process, so pace yourself and be patient with others along the way. Jupiter in Cancer squares off with Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which brings blessings and activates a new story if you can break the negative patterns of your ancestors. Be responsible for your own choices and have better boundaries across the board, privately and publicly. With Jupiter leading, it is your consciousness that has to shift and expand in order to step into that new territory. At this time, what do you believe to be true or possible for you? Mars in Leo squaring off with Uranus in Taurus will help with that. Anytime Uranus is involved, we have to change something, and right now the changes are rooted in your identity, self-esteem issues, and personal values, which have all evolved over the last several years. Mars is also finishing up its reset that it does every 2 years and moving into Virgo June 17th, which will allow you to integrate all the changes you've been through over the last year, specifically because of the Mars, Venus, and Mercury back-to-back retrogrades rearranging you on a personal level. Now you can create new routines and make healthier choices going forward. You should also use this Mars and Virgo energy to get yourself together, because when it hits Libra, you may want to start branching out with other people. This makes me think of another Kellyism: do what you gotta do so you can do what you want to do. And with Virgo preceding Libra, that means make sure you are organized and grounded before collaborating with others, and stay clear about your own needs and desires so you can negotiate on your own behalf. Deep breath. Pallas in Aquarius and Vesta in Scorpio both extended their stay in those signs, asking us to go deeper in those departments of life. So your Scorpio and Aquarius houses. Here you are supported to reset your own sovereignty, power, and unique contribution, which has all evolved over the last 5 years or more. These energies support you anchoring that connection to your instincts, renewed creativity, and recently earned wisdom. By the end of the year, you will have integrated a renewed trust in yourself and your spirit team, and this will allow for better integrity with others. Ashe. Finally, Mercury enters Leo and prepares to linger there for 2 months, July, August, which will rewire your thinking, review your creative ideas, and reset your self-expression so that it is more authentic and radiant. More on this in the July update, but suffice it to say that this month is preparation for that. So again, we have a lot of changes and adjustments and things that we need to make right now that is integrating the new, like setting yourself up, because the energy's here now. Everything we've been talking about coming, it's here now. And the better you take care of yourself and prepare and create space for the new, then the better experience you'll have as you step into this new level. Now, our June events, we have the monthly power circle on June 5th. We're going to cover Jupiter moving into Cancer, first time in 12 years. Going to spend a whole year there, expanding our consciousness in our Cancer department. We're going to discuss that at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's a conference call, but there is an online option for my international students and those who don't want to dial in through the phone. Then on the 12th, we have the monthly Venus circle. And this will be the first month where she comes out of her retrograde zone and finally moves on and into Taurus, where we do our release work at the sacral chakra. So if you are a journaler or like to take notes and track your progress and want to learn how to work with the Venus cycle, there is a reading and a custom guide that gives you all your personal activations for the entire 18-month cycle. That's a year and a half of introducing you to consciously co-creating with Venus as she touches things in your own blueprint. And this is the month where we release in our Taurus department. It's a subscription, whereas Power Circle is bonus material for my Power Circle subscribers, but also when we open it up for others to join us in community to decide if they would like to subscribe. But Venus is already an established subscription. I've been teaching that class since 2007. Many people get their reading and custom guide and do it over and over, but you are welcome to drop in if Taurus is somehow special for you. And then on the 20th, we have Soul Sisters Circle's seasonal fire ceremony for summer solstice. We're at the midpoint in the year. We get together and hopefully I can be under the sky with my fire pit and with you. This is another event where we open it up to the community. We talk about the energetic support for the next 6 weeks. We do some divinations. There's a community reading, all of which is available to you as an individual if you wanted to get your own. That registration link is open now, and it's another one where we welcome and appreciate your $22 donations to those free events that we open up for the community. We appreciate your energetic support in all its forms. And the one class I'm going to do is part of a 4-element series that I've put together. And I've already done the Earth class. And so now we have made that available as a digital download. You can get the replay and tools for only $75. That one is super juicy around your boundaries, protections, and protocols and how to work with your Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But June brings the air class, July brings the water class, and August brings the fire class. So we're going to do the air class on June 26th. It's a Thursday night, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific. These are little 3-hour workshops where we go narrow and deep. And in the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we're going to dive into your truth and purpose and your story and reality. And we are using Jupiter and Saturn as a guide because they are getting together in these bigger cycles in air signs for the next 200 years. So it is going to be important that we discuss kind of how to navigate and what are the air signs really good for. We all have it somewhere. That's why it's so fun to kind of mix it up as elements and then go narrow and deep. And we do animals, crystals, the ancestors, angels. We work with all different levels that can assist us in understanding our, in this case, our air energy. And then next month will be water. Also, I drop into Yeye Tisha's Patreon community twice a month for the full and new moon rituals that she does. And this month, June 11th, is the full moon burden burning. And then later in the month, June 25th, is the new moon money pouring. You have to join her Patreon, and I recommend Tier 2 because that includes both rituals every month. So I hope you will join us live when you can. And in the meantime, the relevant reflections that are pretty useful for the month of June is to check back in with the Saturn in Aries replay, the Neptune in Aries replay, the Venus in Aries replay. And the reason those can all be useful is because Jupiter moving into Cancer is activating all of them too. And it's pushing us to grow in our consciousness and shift how we do things in our beliefs and our reality. And so there's a lot going on there that we've talked about in depth on these replays that are all available on my YouTube and podcast channels. But Jupiter moving into Cancer, once we get that one done on the 5th, it'll go up on the channel. Virgo, Pisces, eclipses, and supermoons. This month of June, we're still navigating a Gemini super new moon. Then we'll be done. We did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, super new moons here in the early part of the year. Later in the year, we will have their complement as super full moons. So there's lots of new beginnings when we have super new moons like we are now. These new beginnings become more intense. By the end of the year, when we're doing the harvest time, the ending stuff is going to be more intense. So we do have replays for supermoons and for Virgo, Pisces eclipses, especially because that's what's up right now. They only come around every 9 and 18 years. They are part of larger cycles that move us along. And we know that Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini, Sag are the processors. So these eclipses are breaking to realign how we process life in general and giving us some upgrades in really delicious ways. And of course, Mars finally hits Virgo, as we discussed above. So if you want to check out the retrograde, if you missed it, or if you want to see what it's doing with other planets, because that's still a lot of reverberations for the rest of the year, we did cover that. So this might be the last month to dip into that Mars replay. So these monthly circles that I'm talking about, the power circle gets you your custom tools for yourself and keeps you abreast of what's happening up in the sky with those big alignments like Jupiter moving into Cancer this month. Also, the biggest thing with the Power Circle subscription is not only your own personal activations, but it's the lunar tools and extra guidance there, And you get the weekly forecast broken down with every activation of what's happening up in the sky. Transits are really important to track because then you know what energy is available to you and you can consciously co-create. Venus circles if you want to learn how to work with your sacred feminine and honor your own values and priorities and recalibrate your relationships and finances, then Venus circle is the best thing. Seasonal soul sister circle is when we get together. But also at the bottom of the blog is the energy of the month post, which this month will be Gemini. The Astro Tarot reading, which is my signature reading, 2 for 1. You get your cycles and a tarot for only $200 for new clients, $150 for previous clients. And the Karmic Tools affiliate program for those of you with websites and resource pages and that like to share me, and I'm very grateful that you do. You can get a little kickback on that. And there is an introductory video at the bottom of the blog to my Soul Sister Circle, which really started out to be very specific, but has ended up being my core values, a little bit of my story, and it's basically how I run all my circles. So it's a good place to start if you're new to the community. And I hope that you will join us along the way. Reach out directly when you need to, and have a fantastic month. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.